UK to stop recruiting healthcare assistants with visa sponsorship. Now, guys, before you judge this video, make sure you watch the video till the end to understand the full concept, because what I'll be saying here might not go down well with all of us. If you don't know me, if you're seeing me for the first time, you are welcome. I am Nurse NG. I work in a care home as a registered nurse here in the UK. And in this channel, the major aim is to help a lot of people relocate overseas, which is why I am always talking about visa sponsorship jobs. I share relocation tips. I am always contacting companies to know if they are recruiting. If you would like to travel and settle overseas, please consider subscribing and turn on post notifications. I recently met a girl, she's a student here in the UK, and she told me that the UK has stopped recruiting with visa sponsorship. At first, I thought she was making reference to the red list. So I told her, yeah, the red list has been in place for a very long time, only that recently the World Health Organizations added 8 more countries to it, which for African countries, Zimbabwe and Zambia is there, okay? So she was like, no, that this care company told her that there's no more visa sponsorship for care assistants. However, the same care company is persuading her that her husband should come and take certificates of sponsorship urgently so that he can work as a domiciliary carer, that is home carer. That got me thinking. I was like, this is not making sense to me. The UK is no longer offering visa sponsorship for care assistant, and the same care company is persuading you to come and take certificates of sponsorship. Which one? As we kept discussing, I got to find out that this care company is persuading this lady only for their selfish interests, because they would take some money from her. And I begin to wonder, why are some care companies this greedy? Why are they so mean? You know, when I sit down to calculate, if I am a single person coming from Africa to the UK and I am to pay 10 or 15,000 for a domiciliary care, how long will it take me to save that money to pay back people that I borrowed the money from? You know, it might probably take me maybe like 10 years or 8 years or even more to save that kind of money after paying this outrageous bill here in the UK. Guys, and I've come to discover that most of these companies that are doing these things are either owned by Africans or Asians. Like, some of these companies, greed has eaten so deep into them that they don't care how you get this money, like £10,000. Even as a nurse, like, I can't just figure this out. How can people do this for a domiciliary care that some of you are not even assured of your shift? You know, some of these companies, they will recruit maybe like 100 staffs. Maybe they have like 20 clients. They will go and take 100 staffs and bring them to the UK. And you go on TikTok, you go on Instagram, you will see people complaining, there is no job in the UK. There is no job in the UK. Don't come to the UK. Who told you that? There is care jobs in the UK, only that you choose to come with a very irresponsible care company. I am pissed because, you know, for me, I've said it, when my company recruited me, these people paid me back my highest money. I wasn't with them when I started my nursing registration process, okay? I was already in the UK. But when I now got them to offer me certificates of sponsorship, they paid me back my highest money. They paid for my flight to go to Northern Ireland for my OSCE preparation. Now, if you don't know, OSCE is the practical exam we nurses take here. They paid the tutor that taught us those OSCE practical steps. Guys, they paid for my hotel. Should I keep counting? They didn't take for me, they gave me. Now, they were doing those expenses because they know that I will stay with them for a reasonable time. And the UK government has put a structure in place that if you want to leave your company before your contracted hours, you are expected to pay them back some money, okay? Now, let me mention this quickly. Before you sign that contract, make sure you are reading how much you're meant to pay. If you have any question on what they have written, the amount, ask, okay? So, for me, my contracted hours was 3 years. So if I was to leave my company back then, before 3 years, I was meant to pay them back. Do you understand? Now, I've done renewal of certificate of sponsorship with my company, and there's no such clause because they didn't make any expenses for me. Do you get the gist? Okay. So let me show you an example of what I'm talking about with our most recent subscriber that got a job with a care company. So guys, as you can see, if she leaves first 24 months, she pays back 100%. 24 months to 36 months, she pays back 75%. If the UK government no longer allow overseas carers to come to the UK, why did this person got this job? Let me show you again. Her offer letter came on the 5th of April. Guys, another of my subscribers, she has interview for Monday the 17th of April. You can see it on the screen. It's a second interview. She's done the first part of the interview and she's invited again for a second part of the interview. So if they are no longer recruiting, why are these people inviting them for interview? And these two candidates I just showed you, they are on the red list. They are Nigerians, guys. So if you're ever worried that you're on the red list and red list people still getting jobs, they still get jobs, guys. You just need to be persistent with the application. It will take you more time, unlike before. But are people getting jobs? Yes. From Ghana, from Bangladesh, from Pakistan, from Nigeria, from Zimbabwe. A lot of people are still getting these jobs, guys. Don't let any company deceive you. You know, my friend, we always say something. Never work for foreigners in a foreign land. Like, let me repeat that. Never work for foreigners in a foreign land. I don't know how true that is, but from the stories I'm beginning to see on social media about how these African-owned care companies or Asian-owned care agencies are exploiting people, they bring you here and they will use and abuse you. Any company that from day one they are breaking the law to bring you to the UK, most percentage of the time they will keep breaking the law. They will not offer you good working condition, guys. That is when they will make their rota anyhow. They don't even consider you. They will throw you like a little monkey just to cover their shifts. They might even stop you from working with other care companies. You know, the extra hours that is your entitlement. They might even prevent you from doing that. It's such companies that will refuse to give you reference when you get another job. It's such companies that will deny you of your annual leave. Let me just quickly tell you some of the things that you might face if you pay for certificate of sponsorship. Some of these people, they will call it administration fee. Some of them will call it recruitment fee. No matter what word they use to garnish it, the UK government kick against it. So if you're sending me a message to ask me, Nurse NG, do you know of any care homes that I can pay to come? I don't know. I don't support payment of certificates of sponsorship, guys. If I ever share any care home here and you go to apply and they are asking you to pay recruitment fee, I don't support it. They should rather use the repayment system where when you are already in the UK and you want to leave, then you can pay back any recruitment fee that they incurred when they were recruiting you. Because the truth is, whether they are recruiting within the UK or outside the UK, they will make expenses. The only difference is the cost of recruiting from overseas is on the high side, okay, which we understand, and you are there to pay them back if you ever want to leave them. Consider these 4 things before you decide to pay for certificates of sponsorship. The popular one is you might get scammed. But aside that, because I'm not going to dwell on that, they might issue you fake certificates of sponsorship. Yes, and when you go to apply for your visa, the Home Office would definitely find out, guys. And guess what? You risk getting banned from entering the UK for 10 years. 10 good years, my friends. So what's the point? You are using your money to buy trouble. Number 2, let's assume you got the genuine certificate of sponsorship. Now that you have it does not mean that you are guaranteed a visa. Let me repeat that. That you have your certificate of sponsorship does not guarantee that the Home Office will approve your visa. They might still decline. What happens if your visa is declined, my dear? By then you have sold your land, you have borrowed money everywhere in your country. How will you pay people back? The third reason, guys, even if you succeed and your visa is approved, when you get to the UK, the immigration officers might decline you from coming into the UK. I have watched videos where people come to the UK and at the point of entry, immigration officers started asking them questions. Can you show me how you applied for this job? Let me see the email you got for invitation of interview. Now, if you cannot prove some of these things, they will send you back. So guys, I don't even want you to imagine it, that you came to UK, you're already at the point of entry, and then you were sent back. The family that you have wished, bye, let me go to a foreign land, I will make you guys proud. They will see you coming back to them after 2 days. Do you imagine the heartbreak? Guys, I don't want you to go through this process, and that is why I am making this video. And peradventure, you missed all these things I just said and you came to the UK. The way the Home Office is on care companies, looking for those that are not following the policies and procedures, those people that are breaking the immigration laws, the way they are on their case now, then it's not a good time to do any certificate of sponsorship deal, buying out and all those stuffs. Because if they finally discover that your company is among those that are breaking the law, they will revoke their license. Guys, when they lose their license, you are left with two options: either to get a new job, that is, if you don't play a part on the illegal deal, because if you did, you'll be sent back to your country. Okay, so as we all know now, most of these genuine care companies, they are playing safe. So with your own case, you might be lucky, you might get, or you might not be lucky. Nobody knows. So you are risking deportation. Don't take the step that will end you back to square zero. You know the popular saying, the patient dog eats the fattest bone. Patience is key when it comes to this care worker visa. Now, let me even ask you, what is the thing about this care worker visa coming to an end? It's putting some of you into a rush to make wrong decision. If you're ever worried, I've said it before in my other video, upgrade your certificate so that you can qualify for the senior carer role. That one is also on the shortage occupation list. And if any care company is giving you information, or let me even assume me, I am giving you information, do your own research. Like a video I watched recently, the care company is telling the person that she needs to pay them to book her TB. Like how? How can you be in overseas? Like, how can you be in the UK and be booking TB for someone that is back in Ghana or in Nigeria? Does it make sense? But if you don't know the process, you will fall very cheap. Please do me a favor by liking this video, okay? So that YouTube will recommend it to more people to see it and save them the distress they will go through coming with all these agencies. As usual, guys, thank you so very much for watching. And I apologize that I've not been so consistent here on YouTube. That's because I went back to work-life balance. I am still trying to find my feet, and I'll be back giving you all the tips that you require to make your relocation journey. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.